The world had been holding its breath for months as tensions quietly escalated between the United States and Russia. Rumors of secret missions and shadowed encounters filled military circles. But no one expected what happened on a cold, silent morning over the Black Sea, a moment that would shock global audiences and rewrite modern air combat history. Captain Daniel Reeves, callsign Falcon, sat inside the cockpit of his US F-35 Lightning II. The soft green glow of the advanced digital interface illuminated his focused eyes. The mission was supposed to be routine, a high-altitude patrol to track suspicious Russian drone activity. Reeves, a decorated pilot with over 1,200 flight hours, had faced tense skies before. But something in his gut told him today was different. Eagle 1 to Falcon, radar shows an unidentified contact approaching fast from the east, came the calm voice of Colonel Harris through Reeves' headset. Reeves tightened his grip on the control stick. Roger that. Engaging tracking systems. The F-35's powerful AESA radar locked onto the target, feeding real-time data across the helmet's display. But what he saw made his pulse quicken. The craft slicing through the sky at supersonic speed wasn't a drone. It was something far more dangerous. A Russian Su-57 Felon. America's most advanced stealth fighter was about to meet Russia's fifth-generation beast in open skies, for the first time ever. Command, this is Falcon. I have visual on an Su-57. Repeat, Su-57 confirmed. Requesting immediate instructions. The line stayed silent for a moment. A moment that felt like forever. Then came the response, maintain position, do not provoke. Monitor only. But the Su-57 pilot had other plans. The Russian jet broke formation, cutting across Reeves' flight path with a bold, aggressive maneuver as if issuing a challenge. For a split second, time seemed to freeze. 2 elite pilots, 2 cutting-edge machines, 1 sky. Reeves heard his own heartbeat louder than the engine. He whispered to himself, so it begins. Reeves steadied his breathing, keeping the F-35 at a controlled altitude. The Su-57 hovered in the distance like a predator sizing up its opponent. Its angular frame shimmered under the sun, designed not just for stealth, but intimidation. Reeves knew the Felon was fast, agile, and deadly in close-range dogfights. But the F-35 had the advantage in stealth technology, sensor fusion, and battlefield awareness. Falcon, this is command. Additional intel confirms Felon is armed. ROE updated. You are cleared to respond if engaged, Colonel Harris announced, voice firm but tense. That was all Reeves needed to hear. Suddenly, the Russian jet tilted hard and lunged forward in a lightning-fast approach. Reeves watched the data on his helmet visor as the enemy craft closed in. Alarms began pulsing softly, target lock indicators. The Felon was trying to paint him with radar. Not today, Reeves muttered. He initiated evasive maneuvers, the F-35 slicing through the air with smooth precision. Despite its beastly power, the Lightning II moved like a ghost, silent, controlled, unpredictable. The Russian pilot, callsign Viper, responded aggressively, cutting angles, trying to force Reeves into a traditional dogfight where the Su-57 excelled. Reeves knew better than to play into that game. Using the F-35's distributed aperture system, he gained full 360-degree battlefield visibility, seeing Viper's movements before they fully unfolded. It was like having a sixth sense in the sky. Reeves stayed calm, letting the Russian believe he was winning the positioning war. Then, the voice of his wingman, Lieutenant Amy Raven Carter, crackled through the comms. Falcon, I'm entering the AO from your 6. Locked on standby. Relief settled in, but only for a second. The Su-57 suddenly fired a warning burst, tracer rounds streaking across the sky as a clear signal. This was no longer a show of force. This was combat. Reeves could feel the moment shift. The first shot had just been fired in what the world would soon call the air battle that changed everything. His finger hovered over the weapon's control. Raven, he said, voice steady, it's game time. Reeves switched the F-35 into combat mode, his HUD lighting up with targeting data. The sky, once silent, now felt like a battlefield waiting to erupt. Viper in the Su-57 rolled sharply left, trying to bait Reeves into a close-range turn fight. But Reeves kept his distance, leveraging the F-35 stealth and sensors. Raven, stay high and hold lock. We force him to make the first mistake, Reeves commanded. Copy that, Falcon. I've got his tail if he slips, Carter replied, her voice calm but razor-focused. The Felon performed a sudden cobra maneuver, its nose snapping upward in a dramatic stall trick meant to throw off tracking. It was a classic Russian show of aerial dominance. For most opponents, it worked. But Reeves wasn't most pilots. "Nice stunt," he whispered, "but too flashy." Before the Su-57 could regain full control, Reeves launched a decoy flare to mask his movement and banked hard right, slipping seamlessly out of Viper's radar cone. The Russian pilot hesitated, confused by the sudden disappearance of his target. Meanwhile, the F-35's infrared sensors quietly reacquired the Su-57's heat signature. Reeves now had the upper hand. "Target reacquired. Position locked," he called out. The moment felt electric. But Viper wasn't done. With calculated fury, the Su-57 dove straight down in a steep descent, then launched a short-range missile toward Raven, attempting to eliminate the wingman first. "Missile inbound. Brake high now," Reeves shouted. Carter rolled sharply and deployed countermeasures just in time. The missile detonated harmlessly behind her, exploding into a silent flash against the vast sky. "That was close," she exhaled, steadying her jet. Reeves narrowed his eyes. The Russian wasn't just testing them anymore, he was trying to win. Now, Falcon had a choice: keep dancing with danger or strike before things escalated further. He made the call. "Raven, synchronize. We're taking him down, clean and controlled." The world was moments away from witnessing history's first real duel between two of the most advanced stealth fighters ever built. And the next move would decide who would walk away as the sky's undisputed king. Reeves felt the tension tighten around him like a coiled spring. Every decision now mattered. He engaged the F-35 stealth mode, reducing his signature even further. From Viper's perspective, Falcon was nearly gone, just a ghost in the sky. "Raven, push left and force him high," Reeves instructed. "I'll flank from below." "On it, Falcon," Carter replied, swiftly executing the maneuver. The Su-57 reacted, chasing Raven upward, thinking she was the primary threat. But that was the setup. As Viper climbed, he exposed his lower radar cross-section, momentarily vulnerable. Reeves locked on silently, the targeting system confirming a clean line. "Target in sight." "Fox 3, he said calmly and released an AIM-120 AMRA missile. The missile streaked forward, invisible to the naked eye at max speeds. Too late, the Su-57's warning alarms blared as Viper attempted a desperate barrel roll to evade. Impact. The missile hit the Su-57's rear section, causing a controlled explosion. Flames licked across the fuselage as the Felon spun into a rapid descent. Reeves held his breath, eyes locked on the falling aircraft. Then, parachute deployed. Viper had ejected. "Falcon, splash confirmed," Raven said, her voice filled with stunned relief. "Felon is out of the fight." Reeves let out a slow breath. "Good. We're bringing him home alive. No more escalation today." Command came through moments later: "Outstanding work, Falcon and Raven. Return to base. The world will remember this." As the F-35s turned away from the smoke below, the radio channels buzzed with chatter from international observers who had been secretly monitoring the encounter. The news broke faster than the jets could land. The United States F-35 had won the first ever real air battle against Russia's Su-57. Back on the runway, Reeves removed his helmet, the cool air hitting his sweat-covered face. Cameras and military officials were already gathering. He wasn't looking for fame. He was thinking of the moment before firing, that fragile moment between peace and war. Raven approached and gave a nod. "You did what had to be done." Reeves glanced at the sky. Let's hope they heard the message. The world had just witnessed more than a dogfight, it had seen a declaration. In that battle above the Black Sea, the F-35 didn't just win air superiority. It rewrote it.